This may come as a surprise. There are enough Idahoans diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease to fill Albertson Stadium. That number is expected to increase 33% in the next 7 years. The question tonight, is Idaho prepared to take care of our loved ones? It's what we're talking about in this week's Life in Balance. Here's Kim Fields.
Pictures through the years help tell the story of their dad.
They were just really the cool parents on the block.
He square danced a lot. He was a sailor. He loved to go out sailing. He skied. He traveled. We have one of them in Egypt. He was just a very active, outgoing person. And now he'll go out to our house, and that's about it. He doesn't like to get out of his room, and that's kind of frustrating to see where he was and where he is now. It's kind of heart-wrenching.
Terry and Dee's dad has Alzheimer's.
2010, when I got a call from his long-term care insurance provider that said he'd missed a payment. And that was really unlike Dad. Clearly things had gone off tracks. And so that was our first big clue.
Dean Hagman is one of the 5.7 million Americans living with Alzheimer's, and that number is expected to triple over the next 30 years.
Alzheimer's disease is currently the 6th leading cause of death in the United States, and it's the only one of the top 10 killers with no treatment, no prevention, no cure, an increasing mortality rate, and it's the most expensive disease in our country. So it really is one of the largest epidemics facing our nation and the world right now.
In Idaho, Alzheimer's is expected to increase 33% in the next 7 years.
And so we need to make sure that we have things in place to be caring for those folks.
Are we prepared?
You know, Idaho does have some things that need to change, but there have also been some great changes in the last couple of years.
An accountability report released this year found Idaho has fewer residential care options compared to our neighboring states. Terry and Dee are advocating for change from the state legislature.
I don't know where they're going to go. I don't know what we're going to do as a society. This is going to become a huge crisis because we're not building the infrastructure to take care of people who need that kind of help.
Often the responsibility falls on family members. Both Terry and Dee quit their careers to care for their dad and now their mom, who has frontotemporal dementia.
If I was still working in corporate America, there's no way I would be able to get all the time I needed to do for her.
Finding the right medical providers, finding the right legal documents, just getting through the whole process of what to do, and then figuring out what are we going to do? How are we going to get him close to us?
Dean is now in an assisted living facility, but the care that Terry and Dee provide is still never ending.
We often see that the caregiver goes before the person with dementia due to the stress of it. And so it's a big priority of ours to be taking care of those caregivers.
One change they would like to see is more help with respite care for caregivers.
Provide resources and support and funds for respite care for caregivers so that people who are spending their time taking care of people can actually have a break, get away. We're not talking a vacation, we're talking an afternoon to get away, to go kind of regenerate themselves. It's physically exhausting and it's emotionally exhausting, and we have each other.
It's just incredible to think about the fact still Bronco Stadium to me. Albertson Stadium seats 38,000.
A little over 36, somewhere 36, 37.
Yeah, and the folks diagnosed could fill Albertson Stadium.
Yeah.
Just incredible.